Boom, America. So here it is. I'm watching Dinesh D'Souza right now, and this is why I love this guy, man. Sorry, distractions. But this is why I love Dinesh. Because he speaks, and he's so educated. He speaks so much truth. And he's talking about global warming. And everyone wants to talk about global warming, and our world is this and that, getting hotter. And it used to be, the Earth is going to freeze at one point, then it didn't freeze, and they were calling it global warming. Now we're calling it climate change, whatever. So here it is. This is the man speaking the truth.
Is how the Democrats are doing the right thing.
There's a college kid asking him.
Republicans are not.
Let me ask you a question, if I may. To me, global warming is a little bit like theism, in the sense that it's a factual claim, right? It's a factual claim, moreover, that's not visible to our senses. If you were to tell me, for example, that there is a God and he has these characteristics, I might see it or I might not. But it's not like you telling me that there's a tree, because I can see a tree, right? You can see the tree. So if I don't see the tree, something's wrong with my eyesight, right? But if I don't see God in the way that you see him, it's not because it's not because I lack eyes. I see the same facts that you do. I just don't agree with your interpretation of evidence that is a little opaque to our senses, right? So here's global warming. My question to you is, why is it, to you, a moral issue? Either the Earth is getting hotter, or it's not. We don't feel it getting hotter, right? You're looking at one set of data, I'm looking at one set of data. Let's say we disagree over what this data means.
And exactly, you have these climate change people out there that want to throw out morality, especially when it comes to Trump's, climate accord thing that he got out of. They always want to throw out the moral reasons. Our kids, the future. You don't give a shit about that. It's all about dollars when it comes to this climate change, global warming agenda that's going on. And it's funny because they talk about this 90-something% of scientists. They never say climate scientists. They say scientists. So science, whatever, scientists agree with each other all the time, whether or not they've done their own research. Not every scientist has looked at global warming, whatever they want to call it, and have actually done their own research. Usually they're buying the research from their buddy, their fellow scientist. Well, I know this guy. He's a smart man, and if he says it, it must be true. But it's not. Continue to listen to this guy. I'm just saying.
We don't disagree about temperatures by themselves. We disagree about the cause of those temperatures and the significance of them and what we should do about them. For example, let's say you were to tell me that in the next room, the temperature is 800 degrees, right? Or let's say the temperature is 110 degrees. I have two choices. I can go in there and say, how do I change the planet to bring the temperature down from 110 to, let's say, a livable 90? Or I can say, maybe I should take off my jacket and try to adapt myself to the climate instead of trying to adapt the world to me. Which is easier? Is it easier for us to adapt to global change that is massive, has been occurring over millennia, and it's very unclear how we can address it? Or is it really worth... So what I'm getting at is, where's the moral issue here? What's moral about it?
Moral consequences of not doing anything about global warming, and the people that are supposed to suffer a lot because of not dealing with global warming, especially the poor people in Africa and many places that are very affected by.
So he said, especially the poor people in all these other countries, as if they give a shit about how hot the earth is getting. They don't give a damn about that. They're worried about this. Putting food in their fucking mouth. Taking care of their families. See, the liberals out here, they think all this social justice bullshit is the main thing that the people around the world, or America, and America, think about. Your average American doesn't give a fuck about global warming. We care about paying my bills, taking my family on vacation, buying my kids the things they want, and just make sure that we are living comfortably every freaking day. You think my wife and I are laying on the bed at night talking about, damn, it's hot outside. Ooh. Must be global warming. No, I got air conditioning if it gets hot. This shit is crazy. And they talk about poor countries. These poor countries are not putting the money to stop whatever they claim is affecting the atmosphere, whatever the fuck they want to call it. You know, they're not. They don't give a shit. America's feeding them money. Boom, boom, just feeding them money. Like strippers. They're out there just grabbing that shit. Putting it in their pockets. Not helping with this so-called global warming bullshit. Global warming is a farce, man. Don't let them fucking fool you. Fucking Al Gore, who created this shit, he's gotten more money in his pocket based off this bullshit than anybody else that talks about, climate change or whatever else. He created it. He's getting paid. That's all he cares about. Where's he been? When was the last time you heard him say anything about climate change? Global warming, global freeze, whatever, the new ice age, all this bullshit. You guys need to wake up, man. This shit's hilarious. But we'll see, man. If it does happen, let's do it right now, man. Because